So hey you guys, we're back and we got a couple more things you may not know about your Land Rover Discovery 4, especially compared to a Discovery 3. So let's go over that together. After 2 weeks I figured out a few things which are new to me, and I bet some of those you don't know.
I was even surprised.
But that's not very difficult to surprise you. Okay. I mean, you are surprised by a push button start.
Yeah.
So, enjoy the video. You know the Discovery 4 doesn't have a dipstick, right? There's
Yes,
nothing
we
new.
covered that.
I think that's really annoying. But do you know what the oil level sensor looks like?
Of course not.
You don't?
No.
Okay, so and also, do you know why it fails?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I'm gonna tell you guys, I brought you my spare parts because we're gonna have to do that repair next week.
Oh, that's one of those 50
And-
packages we got this week.
There's the original Land Rover component, and the other component is from a German company called Hella.
Usually they make
Yeah.
light bulbs.
And they manufacture the oil sensor, okay? So this is the oil sensor installed in the Discovery 4. In a regular car, this sensor is installed in the sump from the outside up on the bottom of the sump. So you actually see that there is a rubber gasket here, okay? And there are some really nice bushings to mount it. So in a regular car, like in a BMW or in a Volkswagen Golf, there is a hole in the oil sump. Some smart engineer stuffed this thing in there, it seals right here, and he put 3 bolts in. So if the sensor fails in a regular car, you would have to drain your oil, otherwise you make a mess, but you wouldn't have to. You could also make a mess. So once you got the oil drained, you take your 3 bolts out, you remove the sensor, you install it again, it comes with a new seal, you tighten your 3 bolts, and you're done. That's the normal way to install it. But we are here in a Land Rover Discovery, and Land Rover Discovery engineers appear to be really smart. They installed it on the inside of the sump, okay? So no from the outside, they put it on the inside. Latest, when they saw this gasket, they should have thought about, what's that gasket there for? Doesn't matter, they installed it on the inside. And in order to get the cable from the inside of the sump, so there's your thumb and there's your crankshaft turning right here. They got it on the inside and they thought, how are we going to get this cable out? That seems to be a problem. Let's just make another cable. And we plug it in on the inside of the sump, submerged in oil, in hot oil, going through thousands of heat cycles. So what happens if you got something like this in hot oil over time? Do you know that?
It's
oil,
sure not good.
Exactly. Anybody in that room when they decided on this knew this. These smart people put it in the oil sump, and they knew in order to get the oil sump out of the vehicle, you have to take the half shafts out, you have to drop the differential. Once you got the differential out, you got to take a whole bunch of pipes out. They all don't like to be taken out. You drop the sump, of course you got to remove your coolant, you got to remove some of the diesel lines, you got to remove your engine oil, remove your differential oil, you have to replace the seal in the differential, okay, you have to replace the snap rings of your half shafts, you have to do a whole bunch of stuff. So it's about, I think, an 8-hour rated repair. There are 2 failure modes. That's the right way. I work in the automotive industry, okay? And the 2 failure modes are, the first one, the sensor connector slips off. Okay?
I mean, it's in
That's a
oil, so
smart
it's
one.
well lubricated.
Yeah, so that's a smart one. And then it's not working anymore. So what did they do to fix this? They put a piece of sheet metal here on top, which hooks around here in the back. So I bought this piece of sheet metal for €7. For them, it costs about 25 cents, and they put it in later on, but this is actually a 2013, almost a 2014. So that was the, third production year of this engine, and they had already thousands of failures, and that's how long it took them to put that piece of sheet metal on to prevent this from happening. So the second failure mode is actually, I think, the first one which occurred, okay? And that is when the, what's that effect called? The fluid is drawn into something?
Capillary effect.
What?
Capillary effect.
Yes, the capillary effect draws in the hot oil through these cables into this connector, and it comes out right here on the side of your engine, and it's actually leaking oil. And some people think it's leaking out of the turbocharger, but it is not. It's leaking out of this connector, and electrical connectors don't like it when they're leaking oil. So the second failure mode is basically a failure of this little wiring harness. And in order to replace that wiring harness, you got to do all those things I just said. So this is something I did not know about the Discovery 4 when I bought it.
I sure wouldn't have bought it back then. Now knowing that stuff.
Okay, this is really, really incredible, I think. The stupidest way on the planet to mount this sensor.
But the capillary effect is going to happen again.
No, this is the improved version sensor. And I don't know when they came out with this one, but I don't think it's going to happen again, the capillary effect, okay? And yeah, so that's it.
But we don't know which one causes our fault.
We don't know. That's why we bought the piece of sheet metal, the sensor, which is most likely not broken, but it's only 45 euros. And the wiring harness, which was how much?
Oh, it was expensive, 78. And I got it from Land Rover dealer.
The general idea of having an oil level sensor compared to a dipstick is not the end of the world. In modern vehicles, this is very common, and it's also very common that they fail. But to make it this hard to replace, and we all know that the Land Rover shops are not the most reliable ones by taking stuff apart. You know, the first thing they do is, oh, let's take the body off. So anyway, I got nothing positive to say about this group of people who decided to put this into the sump. One engineer called these guys up and say, hey, you guys, can we put this upside down in the sump and submerge it in oil? And these guys said, well, we're not so sure about that, but yeah, why not? You know, if it's broken, you can always replace it. And then you had the other guys over at PSA, which is today a portion of the Stellantis group, and it was FCA after it was PSA. They all together, okay? It's all one big mafia. And this big mafia decided, let's just do that.
And that's almost a video on its own, because you rambled for 15 minutes.
The PSA guys and the Ford guys, whoever was involved putting this inside the sump, should all go and stand in a corner, look at their feet, and be ashamed of themselves. That's what I'm saying. And here's one more thing, you guys. I know some of you probably know the ones who were involved. Don't post this in the comment. Don't post their names, or that they work over in Solihull, or they live down the road from you. Don't do that. We don't want to have an angry mob of Discovery 4 drivers going to their house and light their car on fire, okay? It's not one of those videos where we say, hey, we know where your car's parked. just be, okay? Everybody does dumb things. A couple of weeks, you will have that video of how to do this. And
oh my God, I have nightmares now.
Yes, a couple of days later, you will have a video about our divorce.
Yeah, exactly. So look how pretty it is where we are standing. It's so great. Christian is annoyed when I do stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, we don't do that.
Why don't we do that?
Because you haven't checked everything with the sunroof yet.
Are you done looking at this view?
No, I can't get enough of it.
Okay, so next item. I bet some of you guys know this one, but we're still going to go through it because it's a major difference from the Discovery 3, okay? And we'll see if this is better or worse as well. Do you know how to get your car into neutral if your controls completely fail, okay? Obviously, I can't turn this knob if my controls fail. And if I want to get this car now onto a tow truck, for example, I need to be able to get it somehow out of gear because it's in park right now, right? I have to get it out of park. So do you know how to get it into neutral?
Yes, I do. No, I don't. I know half of it.
Okay, then if you go ahead, do it.
Okay, because I saw...
You saw me practicing it? Yeah. Okay, that's not fair. Okay.
But I wouldn't be able to get... You have to get that out.
No, I think you can get it out.
Oh.
Yeah, other side.
Remember
other
the
side.
Land Rover, so clips tend to break.
No, it's only... Okay, I'll do it for you here. Okay, if you struggle this much. See, let a man do it.
Yeah.
You go further back. There. Oh. Pull it straight up like this. Okay, so what do you want to do with this now?
So when I take it out...
You want to make ice cream or what?
No.
You take it out. Okay, and now?
And then there is a red little loop.
Okay, and what do I do with that now?
I'm assuming you're supposed to pull at it, but I'm not going to do that because I'm afraid what happened. Oh, there's also something like that.
Okay.
Do you have to put in your key?
Okay, here. See this symbol here? This symbol means better step on your brake. Then you turn this little release.
How do I turn that?
With a screwdriver. You turn it, and then you pull the red strap, okay? And that lifts up this lever. There's a hinge point here. It lifts up this lever, and that actually pulls a cable, and that puts your transmission into neutral. Okay? Not a really big secret, but some of you guys may not know. I even know one case where the tow truck driver did not know this, and he ordered a new tow truck, one of those with a crane, and they hooked it on the four wheels and craned the car onto the tow truck.
Does a tow truck driver has to know that?
Well, a tow truck driver is a tow truck driver, and that's his job to know this, okay? Because some Discovery owners don't know it.
We should ask Matt's Off-Road Recovery if they don't know that.
Well, I think if he would tow this thing, he would give a damn if the thing is in neutral. He would just take his yellow banana and pull it onto his trailer or pull it out of the ditch no matter what. He wouldn't give a damn. And I think that's also a way to do it. So, I think many guys know this.
Maybe not many girls.
Next item.
Oh, next item, while we're at it.
No, I gotta ask.
Oh.
Do you know how to release the parking brake if it fails? You know, what never happens on a Discovery, okay? Never ever will that electric parking brake let you down. It will always open. So in that rare event where it fails, do you know how to release it in a Discovery 4?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Because I saw you.
And you saw me practicing it?
So you need a screwdriver.
That is why Land Rover actually gives you a screwdriver. You know, there comes this 20-cent screwdriver in the $75,000 car toolkit. That's not this one. This is actually a $1.20 screwdriver. So what you need to do is while you have this open and you put it into neutral, you also have to release your parking brake because your parking brake obviously also has no power left. And you take your expensive screwdriver and you take these two bolts out. Then you take this little lid out, which says on it that this is a water shedder. Okay, so you take the water shedder out. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I think my English is not that good. The water is supposed to run down this hole and this hole, so it hits something in there and the car doesn't break severely, only minor.
But where's the water coming from?
Okay, if you have, for example, cold drinks in here. Okay, show me now how to release that parking brake.
Here is... I'm not going to do it.
Okay, what is there? I don't see anything.
Here is a loop.
A little loop.
Like you find in the Discovery 3 underneath here when you screw down.
You know that, okay.
I know that.
So you got to pull this little loop here and that will release your parking brake. And in the Discovery 3 you had to pull some compartment out here.
Here you had to screw.
And here you actually have to take the water shedder out, okay? Water shedder. I have to look that up in the dictionary. from January 11. Okay, and this is top. Okay, they wrote this down. It's got to be really important.
So you don't put it in here.
Yeah, I wonder what happens if you don't put this back in.
But
But
I have a
it
question.
probably causes a severe engine fault
And we
or
don't-
electrics fault.
Yeah.
It's gonna cause all kinds of bings and bongs. So here, you take it. Okay, I put these bolts back in using my $1.20 screwdriver, and I think the water shutter is really important. Can you give me the ice cream tray back?
Yep.
Okay. It can develop moisture down there, and that moisture can collect and then run down, and that's why the water shutter is there. We got this one, we got this one, next one.
So we have a list.
Yeah, I have a list here written, okay, from all the items. Look, we are like in line 3, and look how much we got left.
And we are already at least
Yeah,
35 minutes.
So this may not be a video with all of these. We're gonna have to cut it down.
Or we make a part 2.
And while we're talking about the gear selector here and how to put it in neutral over the special lever, when you are taking the car with a running engine into a car wash, okay, typically the guy in the car wash will tell you at one point to put it into neutral, okay? Then you turn it into neutral right here,
Yeah.
right? That's what everybody does. And then your car gets pulled through the car wash. And outside of the United States, people actually turn off their car when they go through a car wash, okay?
Yes.
So what happens now is if you turn this car off, when you are in D and you turn your car off, it actually goes automatically into park. Everybody knows that. Yeah?
I didn't.
Okay, so when you have your car in neutral, okay, and you turn your car off so you can go and get pulled through the car wash with the engine off outside of the United States, the car actually stays in neutral. Check this out. Okay, check this out. It stays in neutral. So smart people at Land Rover figured this out. But you better do that only in a car wash which is less than 10 minutes long. Because after 10 minutes, the car will actually go out of neutral into park automatically.
Oh my God. I'm so stressed with that car.
So we'll see if it really goes automatically into park when this timer is elapsed. Okay, it's in neutral. And here we are.
Oh.
And now it says P here. But you know there are these car washes where they wash and detail your car by hand? And that takes longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So halfway down that conveyor belt, this thing will go into park, and then the conveyor belt will actually hop through under your wheels. I wonder if that ever happened, and I would appreciate if somebody could try this. I bet that's a little information not everybody knew.
No.
For the next item, we got to change from Deutsch to English. And of course, we're choosing UK English, because that's the heritage of this car.
Yeah.
You want male or female for the voice system?
Female, of course.
So next item. Do you know what the valet mode does and how to activate it?
Well,
Okay, how to activate it? Let's do the easy thing first.
oh, I don't.
Yes, it says valet. So let's try that. Okay. Valet mode. You don't have to hide this pin. I'm only here with you, nobody else.
Shit.
So confirm it. Okay, so that's the secret pin.
Yes.
And now we are in valet mode. You know, what can you avoid? What kind of criminal energy you can work against with the valet mode?
Well, I'm assuming in valet mode you can't get your personal information out of the infotainment system.
The infotainment system.
Like your address, your phone numbers.
There is actually a pretty good Hollywood movie, but I don't think of it right now what the name is. But the trick is when you turn your car in at the valet in front of the hotel,
In Las
they will
Vegas.
take your car hit the home button, drive home because you are certainly not at home, and most cars then have here the garage door opener, then they take your own car inside, empty out your whatever you have at home, okay, drive your car back, and later on return it to you.
Oh, I didn't even think about that stuff.
That's the criminal energy what people have, and that's why there is a valet mode, so you can't get any private information or even the home address out of the menu. But what else does it do?
It locks the doors.
It locks the hatch. Okay, this don't work. Let's go outside. It won't unlock. You can't unlock the hatch.
Oh no, you can't unlock.
So take it out of valet mode now. Don't enter it wrong. The car will explode if you do.
No, it won't.
Okay, valet mode deactivated. And it works.
Cool.
Okay, let's do the next item. Do you know how to use the diesel misfueling device?
No, and I didn't even...
There is a diesel misfueling device. So let's check out the diesel misfueling device, okay? If you don't have a diesel, you have a petrol engine. I mean, one of those things which require an additional spark to start the combustion, these inferior engines. And this piece is here inside this little compartment. Okay, I'm gonna get this out.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I don't have that on my Discovery 3.
And when I opened this the first time, there's, by the way, your high-quality 50-cent screwdriver to take your, what was that thing called, watershed out. And there is this magic tool. In Europe, and maybe in other countries, if you stick in a gasoline nozzle here, it will actually hit something in here, and that will immediately block the entrance to the tank.
There's a yellow clamp. And it's up.
The entrance to the fuel tank is blocked, okay? Because somebody shoved in a gasoline, I'm sorry, not gasoline, that's US English. Somebody shoved in a petrol nozzle, and the petrol nozzle activated the misfueling hatch to make sure the petrol doesn't go in there. And what do you do now after you screwed this up? Thanks to the powerful UK guide, I learned what this thing does, okay? It's also in the manual. I stick it in there, and I never did this before. And now I gotta plug it up, and now, it's stuck. Now it's open again. That's a diesel misfueling device.
It's a little bit of windy.
This is really nice
here.
Done. Okay, you make me cut all this out later on again. This is a really nice compartment, I think. Good job, Land Rover guys.
Yeah.
Do you know how to shift between single driver door unlock and unlock all doors?
Of course not.
But anybody driving a Discovery 4 should know that.
You know, I know how to change between your seat position and my seat position.
That's good enough. I show you guys how to change between single door lock and lock all 4 doors, okay?
Oh, battery's empty.
Of course, you can do that here over your in-dash computer. Everybody knows that. You can actually change that setting with your remote. See, if I hit now lock, okay, now that's a lock, and if I unlock, it unlocks all doors. That's how I got it set. But watch how I can change that setting. I hold both keys pushed, lock and unlock. 1, 2, 3. It confirms with the flash. And now, watch when I lock it. That's the lock. Now I unlock, and you can see yours doesn't unlock. See? And mine unlocked here.
Oh.
Okay, mine unlocked. So if I push now a second time, watch it, go over to your lock. I push a second time. It unlocks.
Oh.
So you can change your single door unlock and unlock all doors using your remote control. You don't have to go into your in-dash computer.
Okay, I have a question now.
Can't you be impressed first about this feature?
Yeah, that is very cool.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but I have a question now. Now we changed the language to English.
To UK English.
Okay, to British English. But it didn't change the language in this info system.
I have to change that language separate.
Can you do that on mine too?
Yes, you have also different languages
Okay,
on
but I
yours.
don't want that.
But where's my UK English here?
Oh, I don't know.
I can do Tsunami and no UK English. What the hell? Am I stupid?
Yeah, probably you're stupid.
Look.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, there it is.
oh so you are stupid.
There's my UK English.
Yeah.
Okay, I change it to UK English. You could run French on here and Turkish on here. How
That
weird
is
is that?
true.
Do you know how to close the windows using the key fob?
Maybe you press the closed door button?
Try it.
It's clicking. Was it the ETR valve?
I don't know. Try it.
That's, the windows are still open.
Yeah, you gotta close the windows now.
They are not closing.
Hold the button pushed.
I am holding it pushed. Oh!
And that's a feature of the Discovery 4. You can close your windows using your remote control. That already worked on a Volkswagen Passat in 1998. Good job, Land Rover. These are the new things we got. Hopefully there was something you didn't know. Hopefully you learned something. I was certainly surprised about some of those things.
Me too.
And remember, no posting of who screwed up that oil level sensor in the comments, okay? Thanks for watching, and as always, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, think about subscribing, and if you already subscribed, don't unsubscribe. Actually, 2 weeks ago somebody unsubscribed.
Ah, because we were babbling so much. Probably.
No, somebody unsubscribed, okay?
That
So
was probably a Toyota guy.
I had a -1. And we'll see you next Sunday.
Yeah. See you next Sunday. Good. Stop recording.
Okay, another thing. I bet only a few people know that. Do you know how to display a Jaguar on the screen?
Oh, you mean from Land Rover Jaguar? No, of course not.
I will show you guys. You go into the secret menu by hitting the upper left-hand corner for 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to run this in a time lapse. And there's your Jaguar. Yeah, that's about the most useful thing I found in this secret menu, okay? You can scroll through it and look at stuff, okay? Then you can get your software versions, and everything you could get on your Discovery 3 is also available here, okay?
I wonder why they have a Jaguar on a Land Rover.
Because it's Jaguar Land Rover.
Yeah, but the Land Rover sign is missing.
JLR, okay? And I wonder what that battery indicator refers to. Maybe to my phone?
Your phone? Your
Yeah,
phone is not connected to
I
your
think
car.
my phone is connected, and that's probably referring to my phone.